Golden gems of life. Life. We can conceive of no spectacle better calculated to lead the mind to serious reflections than that of an aged person who has misspent a long life and who, when standing near the end of life's journey, looks down the long vista of his years only to recall opportunities unimproved. Now that it is all too late, he can plainly see where he passed by in heedless haste the real gems of life, in pursuit of the glittering gewgaws of pleasure, but which, when gained, like the apples of Sodom, turn to ashes in his very grasp. What a different course would he pursue, would time but turn backwards in his flight, and he be allowed to commence anew to weave the tangled web of life. But this is not vouchsafed him. Regrets are useless, save when they awaken in the minds of youth a wish to avoid errors and a desire to gather only the true jewels of life. Life, with its thousand voices wailing and exulting, reproving and exalting, is calling upon you. Arouse and gird yourself for the race. Up and onward and waking, be awake to sleep no more. Not alone by its ultimate destiny, but by its immediate obligations, uses, enjoyment, and advantages must be estimated the infinite and untold value of life. It is a great mission on which you are sent. It is the choicest gift in the bounty of heaven committed to your wise and diligent keeping, and is associated with countless benefits and priceless boons which heaven alone has power to bestow. But alas, its possibilities for woe are equal to those of weal. It is a crowning triumph or a disastrous defeat, garlands or chains, a prison or a prize. We need the eloquence of Ulysses to plead in our behalf, the arrows of Hercules to do battle on our side. It is of utmost importance to you to make the journey of life a successful one. To do so, you must begin with the right ideas. If you are mistaken in your present estimates, it is best to be undeceived at the first, even though it cast a shadow on your brow. It is true that life is not mean, but it is grand. It is also a real and earnest thing. It has homely details, painful passages, and a crown of care for every brow. We seek to inspire you with a wish and a will to meet it with a brave spirit. We seek to point you to its nobler meanings and its higher results. The tinsel with which your imagination has invested it will all fall off of itself so soon as you have fairly entered on its experience. So we say to you, take up life's duties now. Learn something of what life is before you take upon yourself its great responsibilities. Great destinies lie shrouded in your swiftly passing hours. Great responsibilities stand in the passages of everyday life. Great dangers lie hidden in the bypaths of life's great highway. Great uncertainty hangs over your future history. God has given you existence with full power and opportunity to improve it and be happy. He has given you equal power to despise the gift and be wretched. Which you will do is the great problem to be solved by your choice and conduct. Your bliss or misery in two worlds hangs pivoted in the balance. With God and a wish to do right in human life, it becomes essentially a noble and beautiful thing. Every youth should form at the outset of his career the solemn purpose to make the most and the best of the powers which God has given him, and to turn to the best possible account every outward advantage within his reach. This purpose must carry with it the assent of the reason, the approval of the conscience, the sober judgment of the intellect. It should thus embody within itself whatever it's vehement in desire, inspiring in hope, thrilling in enthusiasm, and intense in desperate resolve. To live a life with such a purpose is a peerless privilege, no matter at what cost of transient pain or unremitting toil. It is a thing above professions, callings, and creeds. It is a thing which brings to its nourishment all good, and appropriates to its development of power all evil. It is the greatest and best thing under the whole heavens. Place cannot enhance its honor. Wealth cannot add to its value. Its course lies through true manhood and womanhood, through true fatherhood and motherhood, through true friendship and relationship of all legitimate kinds, of all natural sorts whatever. It lies through sorrow and pain and poverty and all earthly discipline. It lies through unswerving trust in God and man. It lies through patient and self-denying heroism. It lies through all heaven-prescribed and conscientious duty, and it leads as straight to heaven's brightest gate as the path of a sunbeam leads to the bosom of a flower. Many of you today are just starting on the duties of active life. The volume of the future lies unopened before you. Its covers are illuminated by the pictures of fancy, and its edges are gleaming with the golden tints of hope. Vainly you strive to loosen its wondrous clasp. 'Tis a task which none but the hand of time can accomplish. Life is before you, not earthly life alone, but life, a thread running interminably through the warp of eternity. It is a sweet as well as a great and wondrous thing. Man may make life what he pleases and give it as much worth, both for himself and others, as he has energy for. The journey is a laborious one, and you must not expect to find the road all smooth. And whether rich or poor, high or low, you will be disappointed if you build on any other foundation. Take life like a man. Take it just as though it was, as it is, an earnest, vital, essential affair. Take it just as though you personally were born to the task of performing.